So for Denver at number 5, some buzz that maybe they'll trade back and all that stuff, but let's assume they stay at 5 here. You're looking at Baker Mayfield maybe?
I think it'd be a really good option. I'm still stunned that we haven't heard more about this. Maybe they're just kind of convinced that he's not going to be there at 5, but look, it'd be a great fit for them in terms of what he's going to be able to bring to the table on offense. As a pocket passer, outside the pocket as well, you give him 2 dynamic wide receivers, and he's going to succeed in the NFL. We saw him succeed in college with great wide receivers and without them. You give him one of the best in the NFL, and Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas, who I'm not that high on. I still think that Baker Mayfield will succeed with them.
All right, then you could look at the offensive line here and Quenton Nelson, perhaps.
This is I don't really know who the Broncos should pick. Let's just take the best player in the draft. And I think that's what Elway might do, is he might just look at his team and go, you know what? I don't like a lot of these quarterbacks. I'm just going to take the best player available, and they'll take Quenton Nelson, who is going to be the best player available at every single possible pick that they go into. He's a great offensive lineman. He's, for my money, the best offensive lineman to come out of the draft in a decade. Wow. He can do anything that you need on the offensive side of the ball. And I've also seen this. Whenever Brandon Wimbrus threw an interception, Quenton Nelson was always the guy that was running after and making the tackle. So he's a guy that loves the game as well.
Yeah, big-time effort guy, as they say out there.
Big time. He's a football guy.
There you go. All right, then we have Josh Allen and Harris. I will puke in my seat if this actually happens.
I will as well, because I think that they did this already. They tried taking the huge hulking quarterback that's bigger than everyone else.
We did the Paxton Lynch thing already.
They did that already, and it was terrible. I will say this. I was completely wrong about Paxton Lynch. I thought he was going to be a fun NFL quarterback. It's, you see a 6'8" guy, and you're hoping, please don't be Brock Osweiler, and then he ends up being Brock. I don't think they're going to take Josh Allen. I think that John Elway is a guy who, if you look at his past draft history, he cannot afford to mess up in the first round again. He can't. Go look at their draft history. There's a reason why the Broncos are picking at 5. They have had a lot of bad drafts over the past couple of years, and it started with who they take in the first round. Sylvester Williams a couple of years ago, he totally busted. I don't think they can take someone with the bust potential of Josh Allen.
All right, when you think Denver Broncos, you don't necessarily think pass rush, but if Bradley's there at 5, maybe Elway thinks about it.
I do think Von Miller, but outside of Von Miller, that's really all they have. I'm not a huge believer overall in the other guys that they have, but I think that Bradley Chubb plus Von Miller on your edges for the next 5-6 years, it's just too juicy of an opportunity to give up. I mean, look, you can have Bradley Chubb, a 10-12 sack a year kind of guy, and match him up with Von Miller, the best pass rusher in the entire NFL, and have the best 1-2 combo in the NFL, which is why I think the Browns should honestly do. But this would be a really good idea for them. But the real question is, will Bradley Chubb be on the board at 5? We're not really sure.
All right, so let's take a look at the top draft targets for the Broncos in the first round. Mayfield, Quenton Nelson, Josh Allen, and Bradley Chubb there.